Yeah, good morning. This is Kevin from Orlando Yard Service. This is just a quick tool recommendation. I'm just shooting it onto my front porch. I have a Craftsman style home, so I have a really nice majestic porch. And my street, overall my street is pretty nice too. And here's something right here. I've always tried to get this guy as a lawn care customer. There's a funny story behind this guy. He's a really nice guy, but I think his son-in-law does the yard. And one time I mailed him a postcard. He had done something wrong and he had a bunch of dead spots in his yard. And he didn't hire me, but a couple days later, he must have got the postcard because his son-in-law was out there taking care of it. Well, I really wish that guy would hire me. I'd give him a good price. It'd be such a great thing. I could just walk over there and do it. But my whole street is pretty nice. All the houses are pretty close together. And I've only been able to get 2 customers on this street. I probably should get more aggressive, but the lawn care guys that do the lawn care in this street, it's pretty competitive, and they do really good work. So it is hard to pick up a customer unless he's just looking for a change. But as far as tool recommendations, these are 2 really nice tools. They're made in Japan. The first one, they're both weeding tools, and this one here I've had probably 6 years now, and it didn't cost me very much, so it's lasted pretty long. I could buy a new handle if I want, but I'm probably going to just buy a new one. It's getting a little bit dull. I use it for mainly when I'm doing getting the grass between the sidewalk cracks or in the garage, or sometimes my weed eater just doesn't go into a certain spot, and rather than sit there and just grind away, I'll just reach down with this and bang. And sometimes on weeding beds along the edges, this is much quicker and doesn't make a mess with the mulch go flying when you're trying to do it with your weed whacker. So this is a really good tool. It's very inexpensive. I think I want to pay $10 for it a couple years ago, and I think it's about the same price now. Very sharp though. This one here I got this maybe a year ago now, and I use it on flower beds a lot. Some of my clients, they don't put a lot of weed control because they're doing organics. So this works much better. I can just go like that, one pass, and I can get all those weeds that pop up each week. Plus crepe myrtles. A lot of people in Florida have crepe myrtles, and you trim them at the beginning of the year, but then the little sprouts will pop up, and I can just walk by and bam, knock those sprouts off really quickly. Plus any sometimes little stuff that's growing in the yard, I can just walk by and tap it and it comes right off. It's got a little bit of heft to it. So these 2 together make a nice set for you, and you could probably get them maybe $30 delivered on Amazon, or you can go to JapaneseWoodworkingTools.com, I think sells them also. But Amazon Prime, you might be able to get a little cheaper. Definitely though, you better use a pair of gloves because those things there will cut you badly. And definitely a homeowner, it's easy to get complacent, and I get complacent no matter how many years I've cut myself. But there's no excuse anymore with Harbor Freight. You can get like 8 pairs, I think, for $9 now. And these are pretty good gloves. They last until they get wet, and then I notice when they get wet, they basically fall apart. So once again, anybody, a homeowner or a guy that does lawn care for a living, just look at these tools. You might like them and add just a little quick, efficient way of getting rid of some small stuff. And that's it from Orlando.